Hunger. It's a craving for food or a specific nutrient. The uneasy or painful sensation caused by want of food. The weakened, exhausted condition brought about by prolonged lack of food. A strong desire, a craving. Would everyone with the last names beginning with the letters R, S, or T please stand up? All of us have been hungry at some time or another. That simply means that we have an appetite. But for 925 million people around the globe, hunger means something different. Take a look around at the people standing in this room. If Kuna symbolizes the world's population, then each person standing in this room is a part of the 1 in 7 human beings on the planet subjected to real hunger. The hunger experienced by millions of people on our planet is not an appetite that comes and goes. It is ongoing. It is consuming, debilitating. It is minute by minute and day by day. Imagine the way you feel as you sit in your last class period before the lunch bell rings. You watch the seconds tick on the clock, waiting for that bell to ring. For these people who are standing, that bell doesn't ring. Hunger is the persistent, chronic, relentless condition. It keeps people from working productively and thinking clearly. It decreases resistance to disease, and it can be intensely painful. Prolonged hunger can result in permanent damage to the body and to the mind. And if it goes on long enough, it kills. Ambassadors, you may be seated. This is a letter from a human rights activist who visited Ethiopia. He wrote to his friend here in the United States. There is no humanity here. There is no hope. Nothing could have prepared me for the horror I encountered. People dying, little babies mostly. I think of my own children, God's precious gifts to my wife and me. Remember how playful they were as children, how they would laugh and giggle every time you held them. My friend, these babies don't laugh, they don't giggle. These babies don't smile, they just stare past you with sunken, cold, fearful eyes, as if somehow they know what will soon happen to them. Their cries are muted by a mother's horrific scream as she realizes her child has died. And the screams, the wailing, never stops all through the night. I held a little boy today, and all I could think about were my own sons. This little boy will never sing songs with his family, never play soccer, never see the ocean or climb a tree. We asked his mother what his name was, and she told us they don't even bother to name their young anymore. He trembled in my arms, as did I. He died 2 hours later. He died because the only water he had to drink was diseased, giving him severe diarrhea. And with no food in his bloated little belly for days, the only thing he could excrete was his own intestines. Imagine the mother literally trying to hold her child together. Imagine the pain. Please tell the world. Please help. Now for some facts and opinions about world hunger. The generous man is blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Old Testament, Book of Proverbs.
Hunger is the world's #1 health risk. It kills more people every year than AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined.
The Tao of Heaven is to take from those who have too much and give to those who do not have enough. The Tao Te Ching.
1 out of 4 children in developing countries are underweight.
worship the merciful, feed the hungry, and spread peace. The Islamic Hadith.
Today alone, tens of thousands of people will die, the vast majority being little babies.
If you can't feed 100 people, feed one. Mother Teresa.
65% of the world's hungry live in only 7 countries: India, China, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Ethiopia.
On the last day, Jesus will say to those on his right hand, "Come, enter the kingdom, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was sick and you visited me." Then Jesus will turn to those on his left hand and say, "Depart from me, because I was hungry and you did not feed me. I was thirsty and you did not give me drink. I was sick and you did not visit me." These will ask him, "When did we see you hungry or thirsty or sick and did not come to your help?" And Jesus will answer them, "Whatever you neglected to do unto one of the least of these, you neglected to do unto me."
There are more hungry people in the world than the combined populations of the United States of America, Canada, and the European Union.
In this simulation, each loaf of bread represents the amount of sustenance, the amount of nutrition, the amount of nutrients each individual needs every day for a full and healthy life. A full loaf of bread for a country means that an average citizen receives a full day's nutrition.
Would a representative from the following countries please come forward to receive your bread? Australia, Denmark, Egypt, Fiji, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Qatar, and the Russian Federation. Along with the United States, these were the first countries to end hunger as a national issue. They are the key supporters in the race to end world hunger. For them, hunger is something they occasionally see in movies or television, read about in papers, or hear about in their place of worship. For most of these people, life is full with many luxuries. They are each receiving one loaf of bread. You may be seated.
Would a representative from the following countries please come forward to receive your bread? Bahamas, Brazil, Jamaica, Libya, Mexico, Nigeria, Solomon Islands, South Africa, St. Lucia. Although these countries have ended hunger as a major national issue, many families still have to ration food. For the middle and lower classes, meals are simple and rely heavily on grains and produce grown in the immediate area. Much more time and energy is spent on acquiring food in these countries. In fact, up to 20% of a family's income is spent solely on feeding the family. In these countries, many children enter the workforce before reaching the age of 14, leading millions of children astray from education. They are each receiving half a loaf of bread. You may be seated.